They're doing it, which happens to be some pretty good news for the low income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, let's quickly talk through some headlines that just hit the wire today. So right away tomorrow morning, we are going to be getting the latest inflation data for last month. Now this is a very highly anticipated number, and the expectation is that it's going to be coming in even higher than the previous reading we received a month ago. This is going to be very important to watch because this is going to give us a reading on inflation. What is inflation doing? Is it moving higher? Is it staying the same? Is it possibly going down? And are the efforts out of the Federal Reserve actually doing something as they are aggressively raising interest rates? So again, we'll be getting that reading right away tomorrow morning. However, here's what's interesting about it. The administration has already come out and said it is likely going to be a much higher number than what we've seen in previous months. But don't worry, because this is delayed information. That's what they said. So again, it's not that delayed. It's just from a couple weeks ago, from when the latest data points were actually gathered. So either way, the fact of the matter is it is still inflation, and it still means that prices are moving higher, lower, and or staying the same. We will see in a matter of just hours. And of course, I'll keep you posted on that as I do get that information, as this is a very, very important number to pay attention to, because this just means how much more are we going to be shelling out of our pockets, of our wallets, of our purses, and our bank accounts every single month, basically every single day, on the same old things that we always need to buy, right? So anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. Next, I quickly want to tell you about a quick report that was just released on small businesses and small business sentiment. Now here's the thing. You don't need to be a small business owner or have any affiliation to small businesses to understand what this report is saying. Basically what it's saying is sentiment across small businesses is at the lowest point that it has been in 48 years. Basically what that's telling us is that small businesses are not very optimistic right now, and they are getting crushed with all of this massive inflation. Here's what's interesting, just to kind of break down the report a little bit. The vast majority of these small businesses that were reporting and responding to this report were actually saying that inflation is the biggest contributing factor to their pessimism right now and why sentiment is so incredibly low. High gas prices and inflation, as well as supply chain issues and increased labor costs, basically drying up all of their revenue and or margins. So small businesses are not really in a good position right now. And as I mentioned in previous videos, we need to watch small businesses because you probably heard the saying before, small business is the backbone of America. Therefore, they employ a huge percentage of our population, of the workforce in the United States, small businesses. Therefore, if small business goes down, it's not going to be a pretty picture, okay? I know a lot of us look at the current situation and think, oh, it's all the big corporations, right? It's the Apples, it's the Googles, it's the Microsofts, it's all these other huge corporations out there that employ the vast majority of people. No, it's really not. It's the small businesses. That's where the employment really comes from. So anyway, of course, I'll keep you posted on that as I do get more details. Now, one more quick little report here that I want to share with you, and then, of course, I'll talk about what they are now doing and the kind of good announcement that is actually being released here out of the administration. So first off, another report that was released here is showing that 65% of people who earn over $100,000, as in six-figure income earners, 65% of them are concerned about inflation right now. So what does that tell you? What we've been talking about here on the channel for many, many months now is this inflation generally doesn't really impact higher income people. I mean, obviously it impacts everybody, but the fact of the matter is it doesn't impact higher income people quite as much because they have the income to kind of absorb those higher prices. However, now we're starting to see that essentially 2/3, basically 65% of the people are that are earning over six figures a year, $100,000 or more, are very concerned about this inflation. What is that telling you? It's telling you that the landscape is not very good and they got to do something about this. And again, we'll be getting that inflation data right away tomorrow morning. And of course, I'll keep you posted as I do get the details. All right, now let's quickly talk about the leaked information out of the administration. Now, to be honest with you, I actually found this information late yesterday evening, but I wanted to wait for more information to come out on this, and I wanted to bring it to you right now. Here's what they are doing. So remember that video from earlier today where I was talking about the end of the week, which happens to be July 15th, and the expiration of the Public Health Emergency Declaration? Well, I was saying, hey, as of right now, we don't really know. Is it going to be extended? Is it going to be allowed to expire? What's going on with this thing? Well, some leaked information came out from an anonymous source out of the administration. They didn't want to be identified because this was not supposed to be public information yet. However, I got it for you, and I'm going to make it public right now because why not, right? If they're going to leak some information out to us, guess what? I'm going to tell you about it because that's my duty to you, and that's my commitment. And of course, I want to make sure that you know what is actually going on. Anyway, when it comes down to the public health emergency declaration, they've already decided that it will be extended once again. So as far as Friday and the expiration, no worries. It's not going to expire that day. Now, I did not see a specific date as far as how long they want to extend this out, but here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to throw this out there, and again, I'm going out on a limb here. Maybe I'm going to be completely right, or maybe I'll be completely wrong, but I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here. This will be extended out beyond the midterm election. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. I could almost guarantee you this will be extended out beyond the midterm election. There's no way that they're going to allow anything to expire, regardless of what it is, before the midterm elections. Even the federal student loan payments that are supposed to be resuming on September 1st, not a chance. They're not going to. There's no way that they're going to allow those payments to resume once again right before the midterm elections. Same thing goes with the public health emergency declaration. I would not be shocked if they extended out another 90 days, and then after that, they come out and extend it out once again. So as far as what I was talking about in that video earlier, as far as possible like SNAP benefits, the extra allotments drying up and disappearing, or about 15 million people being basically removed from Medicaid, not Medicare, Medicaid, all of these worries that we were talking about, don't worry about it. They're going to extend it out again. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to extend it out 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, however long. I would guess it's going to be 90 days, and I would anticipate they're going to go out and extend it once again. So that's just my anticipation. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on this one, but there's just no way. With all these expiration dates coming up right before the midterm elections, there's no way that they're going to allow these things to expire, right? They want all of these things to go on. One other quick side note as well. Now, I don't talk about COVID all that much anymore. Again, I never really did talk about it all that much, but the fact of the matter is, as I'm doing all this research every single day, watching everything closely, apparently there's a couple new variants of COVID right now that are even more transmissible than the other cases or the other versions that were going around, and apparently it's spreading across the country pretty fast right now. In fact, let me throw this out there. Again, I know that many of you don't really pay attention to China, but again, let me throw this out there for you. So over in China, there's a place called Macau. If you've ever heard of Las Vegas, basically Macau is Las Vegas in China, right? Same old thing. Basically, all the huge casinos and gambling operators are stationed there in Macau, China. But here's the thing. They're going on a 1-week pause in Macau, where all the casinos and the big places like that, they all need to close down for 1 week because of the highly transmissible new variants of COVID. So just saying, they're already closing things down over there. So, and again, it's even the big casinos and gambling industry. So just saying, that's what's happening over in China as a result of these highly transmissible COVID variants that are going around right now. And again, they're here in the United States. And what I've been reading on this, again, I'm going to be real with you. I haven't been reading a whole ton about it, but I have been reading some about it because I want to stay tuned with what's going on. And they're saying that these new variants are very transmissible. It's this new Omicron, B2, 5. I don't know. Honestly, there's so many different numbers and variants now. It's I don't even know where we are anymore, right? There's so many different variants now. But the fact of the matter is, they're actually posting more COVID cases across the entire country right now. And again, they just mentioned about maybe a week and a half or so ago that they're anticipating a major COVID tsunami later this year. So again, not really sure what a tsunami is going to entail. Are we going to eclipse the numbers that we saw earlier this year, which were about 1 million or more cases a single day? Remember that? Around the turn of the year, back in early January, late December time, we were doing about 1.3 million cases every single day. We'll see where we're going with this, and then what will that actually transpire into? Will we get more, who knows what out of that? Again, only time will tell. So, of course, I'll keep you posted on all this stuff going on, but when it comes down to the public health emergency declaration expiring on Friday, don't worry about it. It's going to be extended once again. As I do get more details on that official extension, of course, I'll be right here for you, breaking it down, letting you know what it means and how it's going to impact all of us. But for those of you that are getting the extra allotment for your SNAP benefits, provided your state continues on with it, you should still get those benefits. And for Medicaid, again, don't worry about it because nobody's going to be removed quite yet. However, there will be a day where this does actually allow to expire. And at that point, then we're going to have some serious problems ahead of us. But for right now, we're all good to go. Anyway, hope this video helps you out. Again, thanks so much for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. There's a lot going on right now. I'm watching everything closely, and I'm breaking it down into these videos as I am your one and only daily advocate. I want to help you out in any way that I possibly can, and I'm very much dedicated to you and this community. I'm sticking to it. That's my commitment, and I'll continue to be here for you. So enjoy your day. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out those other videos here on the channel. And until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.